What is up, everybody, and you are very welcome to tonight's Anfield Agenda 10-minute roundup. I'm going to start the clock straight away tonight, and then I'm going to ask you guys, if you do enjoy what I speak about, please do drop a like on the video. Of course, hit that subscribe button. We're closing in on 143,000 subscribers. And don't forget, if you want to catch us live, the link to our Twitch channel is in the description. That's where we'll be for all of our live content, match watch-alongs, news stories, all of that stuff. You'll find us on Twitch this season. You will catch us here on YouTube, but it'll be highlights, pre-made videos like this. But I do have some exciting stuff to talk about tonight, so I'm going to stop the waffle and get straight to it. Firstly, I want to speak about Jude Bellingham again, but with some context. So the price tag looks like it's been set by Borussia Dortmund as per Sport Bild. I think Ronan Murphy and a few others on Twitter and a few other established journalists have shared this price around 120 million euros, about 102, 103 million pound in today's exchange rate. And look, it's no shock to me that that's the price that they'll be asking for. I think anybody who comes into buying will probably hope to knock that down a little bit, although you're probably still looking at about 90 million pound upwards for Jude Bellingham. But the reason I bring him up again is not to just keep banging this drum, because I'm already convinced he's coming to Liverpool, and I know you're probably sick of me talking about him, but I want to try and put some of your fears at ease. And the reason I'm going to try and do this today is, so Aurelien Tchouameni, who of course we lost out on to Real Madrid from Monaco, he's moved. We know that, 100 million euro, hefty transfer fee. But I hope it'll be good news to you guys to hear that he earns 150, or he will be earning £150,000 per week at Real Madrid, which isn't astronomical money. It's fairly reasonable money, quite literally, for the amount of transfer fees went for. So I think that Jude Bellingham's wages will not be an issue for Liverpool. I would say for any Premier League club that's interested in him, but I'm only concerned about it being Liverpool. He currently is rumoured to be on about 50 grand a week at Dortmund. And if he moved to Liverpool, even if he trebled, quadrupled their wages, the good news is, or his wages, he'd still fall within our wage structure. So I don't see that as being an issue moving on. But that's not going to change your minds, because I know some of you guys are thinking I live in cloud cuckoo land, or thinking I'm getting too far ahead of myself. Grant, we'll come back to this in a few months' time if something doesn't happen this summer, because some of the ITKs on Twitter, and I don't buy into this, but some of the people on Twitter are trying to say that Liverpool will do a deal from this summer. I've no news or information to say that that would be the case, but look, I wouldn't be against it if it did happen. Let's move on a little bit more. Nico Williams, let's talk about him for a minute. Opening offer from Nottingham Forest for Nico Williams has been rebuffed by Liverpool. It falls a little bit below the £15 million valuation that Liverpool have on the young Welsh international. And again, I can understand it from Liverpool's perspective. I can also understand it from Forest's perspective to try a lower opening offer. The transfer window still has a lot of time to run in it, but ideally you would want the guys in as early as possible for pre-season. So I'd be expecting a follow-up offer from Forest or one of the other clubs to maybe push ahead in their interest. But either way, Nico Williams will move on before the end of this window. Takumi Minamino as well, as we touched on yesterday, he's completed his move to Monaco from Liverpool. Wish him all the best for the rest of his career. It did work out to an extent at Liverpool, but he wasn't really able to make a dent in the starting 11 place, and probably best for everybody that he's made that move over to Monaco, and I think he'll do well over there, I really do. Right, speaking of wages, let's stay with the wages route for a second. Ousmane Dembele, somebody who we spoke about in yesterday's video. We spoke about Gnabry, Dembele and Asensio a little bit, and I was kind of asking you guys to let me know who you think would be your favourite. The answers seem to mainly go between Serge Gnabry and Ousmane Dembele. I think we can start to rule Dembele out of any potential move to Liverpool if we hadn't, or you hadn't already done it. The reason I'm saying this is there was a report in L'Equipe that said that Chelsea have made a contract offer to Ousmane Dembele of £287,000 per week, which would already break our wage structure or make him the highest paid player at our club. And whilst I understand that wage offer may be high because he's technically going to be on a free transfer, for somebody who has been as unlucky as he has been with injuries, I certainly wouldn't want Liverpool committing anywhere near that type of money to somebody who, even though I believe he's an incredibly talented footballer, a little bit too risky. The Gnabry thing, I'm going to stick with what I've always said. I just don't see it. I just don't see why we wouldn't have gone in for Gnabry when we were losing Mane if we really wanted him. So I think the fact that we've gone out there and brought in Darwin Núñez had led me to believe our business was done, as I've said many times. But, and I've saved this towards the end of the video because I wanted to give you something good for the last 5 minutes. I want to talk about a link to a guy from Santos, and you've probably seen this over the last 24 hours or so. I'm going to read out to you where this broke from, and then we'll go from there and see what you think about it. So, according to renowned Brazilian TV presenter Milton Neves, Santos youngster Marcos Leonardo is joining Liverpool. He was speaking on a TV channel, I think, called A Sport in a Band, or an outlet called A Sport in a Band, and he said that Neves Corinthians yesterday escaped being defeated by the Santos kids. Marcos Leonardo, who's going to Liverpool? This guy is the new Romario. He's 19 years of age. He's scored 12 goals in 31 appearances this term for Santos and 25 in 94 outings. Now, hand on heart, haven't got a clue. Don't know anything about the kid. Don't know anything about our interest in him. Don't know if it's true or isn't true. But I'd be lying to you if I said that there wasn't a big part of me inside that when I hear we're linked with a Brazilian, gets a little bit excited, because whether we like to admit it or not, you sign a Brazilian footballer, you do get excited about them. And the reason that I'm bringing it up again is because it kind of keeps feeding into this, is our business done in this window? And if you think that that link isn't credible enough, or that I'm talking out my backside, there was another link a week before that that came from Brazil that said that this particular youngster, Marcos Leonardo, a package has been agreed, I should say, to take him to an English club. They didn't name the English club at the time, but if you add that to what this gentleman is saying about Liverpool having agreed a fee to sign him, maybe there is some truth to it. I don't know, but it's got me very excited thinking about it. Now, maybe to pour a little bit of cold water on this, it's believed that his buyout clause in his Santos contract is £51 million, which for a relatively unproven 19-year-old would be an awful lot of money for Liverpool to invest. But if Jurgen Klopp's convinced by somebody, they're not afraid to make the moves if they think that is the right fit. So let me know if you've watched this kid, or maybe you're from that neck of the woods and you know a little bit more about him and would like to share some information. Please do put it in the comment section, because I always get excited. And reading up on this, I continue to follow into how Liverpool go about our transfers, and there was a good article today in the Echo that spoke that Liverpool like to do things with the personal touch, so face to face. You probably remember the most famous example being Ener shooting across the Atlantic when Brazil were playing to get that deal done from Roberto Firmino. I read today that Firmino didn't even know that Liverpool were interested in signing him until after a fee and all was agreed with Hoffenheim, which is kind of interesting to think about that. But yeah, it was the same with Darwin Núñez. Liverpool like to get in front of any prospective players and sell themselves. So again, I think with Jude Bellingham, this work has already been done. This groundwork has been done. And if you didn't see, happy birthday Jude Bellingham, turns 19 today. But have a look underneath. It was one of the first comments there to wish him a happy birthday. That's right. It was his bromance brother, Mr. Jordan Henderson. Just like the other day when Hendo's Nike documentary came out, Jude Bellingham was there underneath congratulating Jordan Henderson on that. Is this coincidence? I don't think so, but I know some of you guys do. But hey, look, it's going to make it all the sweeter when I'm right in the long term. So that's pretty much where we are with the incomings and outgoings. The lads do report back to pre-season training on Monday. There's some lovely images of the work that's been done on the Annie Road end that's doing the rounds as well. If you haven't, maybe have a Google look at the images. It's great to see the work that's going in there already. It's so clever, the way they build the stand and then kind of just link it all together. And it weirdly makes the Kenny Dalglish, or the Sir Kenny Dalglish stand, look a little bit small, which is mad considering it's quite a big stand. So yeah, I don't think that we will see any further development in the near future in Anfield, not because the owners won't put the money up, but because from my understanding, if you go above maybe 65,000, you've got to start putting in serious infrastructural improvements in and around Anfield, transport links. You got to worry about noise pollution and stuff like that. So I would imagine if Liverpool were to ever look to do the Kenny Dalglish stand, or maybe the Cop, you'd probably see there would have to be some work done in conjunction with the council to make it more accessible and to, improve the infrastructure around it, which would involve a significant cost. So I think this might be the last extension we see for a little while at Anfield, but it gets more bums in seats, gets more people to watch the Reds, and I'm all for it. Any other news that I have for you guys? No, not really. There's still no talk on Nat Phillips, what's going to happen there? I think we're waiting to see if he goes to Bournemouth or on permanently, or if Liverpool send him on loan. Trent Cone-Doherty, we spoke about the other day, young guy who's coming in from Ireland, was joining the underage levels. But that's pretty much it, my friends. So look, same time, same place. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget, want to catch us live 8:30, 8:45 most nights on our Twitch channel. Until then, have yourselves a wonderful evening. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.